DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest.
Welcome to DarkDox Digest. Today is January 16th, 2025. We've got a lot to cover today, like that statue of Lucifer. I'm your host, Christian Coffins. All right. See, I got all my stuff going on today. I got the lower thirds. I got my different crazy things here. Chris Hansen's here because there's more pedophile shit that we're uncovering today. This is a great episode. It's been a great week. Thank you everybody that's been tuning in and chatting in the comments. You're not here right now though. I don't see you. So definitely jump into that chat if you log into Sacred Owls YouTube, youtube.com/Sacred Owls. I'm your host, Christian Coffins, and what we do here at DarkDox Digest, if you've never seen one of these before, is that we take 10 hours of Bandot video. That's Alex Jones' show. That's The War Room with Oren Schroyer. That is The American Journal with Harrison Smith. And any special reports, the John Bound reports, the Reese reports, and then we got the DarkDox Network on Signal that has a bunch of people from all walks of life that all are independent journalists, investigators, law enforcement officers, you name it. We got people that were there on January 6th and they're serving time and dealing with stuff and boots on the grounds reports from all over the place. So I get all of that information from my crazy, hectic, lovely life, and then I compile it into 1 hour of power Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So with no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. And let's see what we got here. Yeah, at the top of the show, speaking of our buddy Eric, if you look up Eric Bahin, I can never say his last name right, but he's a great guy. He was there on January 6th, and they've been, this is from April 6, 2024, Syracuse.com. Central New York man who participated in New York Capitol riot back in federal custody after local arrest. And it's funny, the main article, he's actually like the guy in the hoodie next to the Q shaman in a lot of the photos from that day. Famous photos now, iconic. But anyway, he's dealing with legal battles and stuff. So definitely give him a paypal.com /ERICBOCHENE. Buy him a coffee. Let him get some internet over there where he's at, because he's having a hard time with all of this. Not all of us are Alex Jones. He has way more to deal with, but he has a lot of support. He's been doing it for a long time. We're the next generation independent journalist, and we're a ragtag group. We're not rich. I know I dress rich. I get this stuff at the Burlington Coat Factory on discount. So please, help us out. Help out our buddy Eric. Get something from darkdox.me/shop. We got shirts, we got thumb drives, we got projectors with all of the Alex Jones movies on them, and like Zeitgeist and Esoteric Agenda and America Freedom to Fascism and all of those amazing films that we used to spend our hard-earned money giving people DVDs to wake them up 20 years ago. Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement, Terror Storm, all of those classics. Sacred Owls, government-sponsored terrorism, is now on color vinyl. It's funny, it's black and white, but it's a picture disc. Not color vinyl, I'm sorry. It's a picture disc. It's black on one side, white on the other. And we got stickers, we got, t-shirts, DVDs, comic books, shop rags. If you're a mechanic, get a Death to the New World Order, DarkDox Army shop rag. I mean, this is it's classy. You show up to the shop with one of those. Also, I am an affiliate of thealexjonesstore.com, which is run by Bigley. It's a third party in case these lawsuits with the Everytown Gun Grabber Group and The Onion and Bloomberg and all of that stuff going on. If they actually do take Infowars, they can't touch thealexjonesstore.com because he doesn't own it. They're an affiliate. It's a separate thing. So if you go there, thealexjonesstore.com/DarkDox and buy anything, I get 10%, and I really appreciate that. So they just released the Atomic Defense Natural Health Defense. I don't even know. I just heard it really quickly. Owen Schroyer mentioned it. They still have some of the 1776 Liberators. It's a trench knife with a brass knuckle and a skull crusher or window breaker. It's gone down $50. It's only $150 now. Which of course you could get that same knife for a little bit less, but it's engraved with a Trump victory 2024 fight, fight, fight. And don't tread on me with the snake. Don't step on snake. And Ultimate Sea Moss gummies. I can't wait for those to get back in. I miss them. I actually miss them. They're delicious. And they give you a lot of really good energy. Great source of iodine. And are they still doing the hat deal? I know they were going to extend it for a couple of days. They were giving away, it's gone. Yeah, so keep an eye on the shop because every couple of days they have like really interesting. They got these coins, interesting stuff. It all helps support his lawsuits, the Infowar, all that good. So let's see what's in this Atomic Defense, Natural Health Defense ingredients. I don't know. I'm going to do some research on this because I can't really read that. So in a farewell speech, Biden warns an oligarchy in America is threatening democracy. The president also called for a constitutional amendment to ensure presidents aren't above the law. That's rich coming from him after he pardoned his son for crimes he may do in the future. An apparent reference to President-elect Donald Trump. Thou dost protest too much. Let's hear what this guy has to say.
I have no doubt that America is in a position to continue to succeed. That's why my farewell address tonight, I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern. And this is a dangerous and that's a dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people. And the dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy, our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead. We see the consequences all across America, and we've seen it before. More than a century ago, but the American people stood up to the robber barons back then and busted the trusts. They didn't punish the wealthy. Just made the wealthy play by the rules everybody else had to. Workers want rights to earn their fair share. They were dealt into the deal, and it helped put us on a path to building the largest middle class and the most prosperous century any nation in the world has ever seen. And we've got to do that again. In the last 4 years, that is exactly what we've done. People should be able to make as much as they can, but play by the same rules, pay their fair share of taxes. So much is at stake. Right now, the existential threat of climate change has never been clearer. Just look across the country, from California to North Carolina. That's why I signed the most significant climate and clean energy law ever in the history of the world, and the rest of the world is trying to model it now. It's working, creating jobs and industries of the future. We've proven we don't have to choose between protecting the environment and growing the economy. We're doing both. But powerful forces want to wield their unchecked influence to eliminate the steps we've taken to tackle the climate crisis, to serve their own interest for power and profit. We must not be bullied into sacrificing the future of our children and our grandchildren. We must keep pushing forward and push faster. There's no time to waste. It's also clear that American leadership in technology is an unparalleled source of innovation that can transform lives. We see the same dangers of the concentration of technology, power, and wealth. You know, his farewell address, President Eisenhower spoke of the dangers of the military-industrial complex. He warned us then about, and I quote, the potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power, end of quote. 6 decades later, I'm equally concerned about the potential rise of a tech-industrial complex that could pose real dangers for our country as well. Americans are being buried under an avalanche of misinformation and disinformation, enabling the abuse of power. The free press is crumbling. Editors are disappearing. Social media is giving up on fact-checking. The truth is smothered by lies told for power and for profit. We must hold the social platforms accountable to protect our children, our families, and our very democracy from the abuse of power.
Yeah, that's pretty rich coming from him, I tell you. Where am I? Who am I? What are we doing? All right, I'm back. Yeah, so it's interesting. He brought up Eisenhower's speech. We actually used that at the beginning of our Sacred Owl set. And here, I'll play a clip of that because that's the most convenient way for me to grab this at the moment. And I get to promote my band. So, you love it.
Before the Congressional Committee to tell what I knew of activities which might lead to an attempt to set up a fascist dictatorship.
The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
President Bush signed a formal agreement that will end the United States as we know it. And he took the step without approval from either the U.S. Congress or the people of the United States.
The secret organizations of the world power.
So there you have it. Along with a couple other great quotes. That's the beginning of an in-game blueprint for global enslavement, which is the whole film comes on the thumb drives and the projectors and stuff that we got going on over there. And yeah, so and it's also interesting that he brings up like the Statue of Liberty and all of that, particularly because, you know, there's this whole conspiracy theory I'm going to play a little bit of.
The statue of Lucifer. Recently, comedian Bobby Lee and his friends reacted to a video I made 2 years ago on his podcast. In the video, I talk about the possibility that the Statue of Liberty could be a statue that's paying an homage to Satan. In that 1-minute video, I barely scratched the surface concerning this topic, so I don't blame anyone who doesn't consider the idea a possibility.
Here we go. This is what I'm talking about.
Let's hear it.
It is actually a statue dedicated to Lucifer. The left is a painting made in the 17th century.
Wow.
Known as Satan summoning his legion.
I'm in.
Now, the devil's original name in the Bible was known as Lucifer, or in Hebrew, Hillel, which means the light bearer or the bringer of light.
Whoa, hold on. I'm in.
Holding a torch. It's bearing the light.
I'm in.
Now, the Statue of Liberty looks awfully similar to the Colossus of Rhodes. Now, the Colossus of Rhodes was one of the ancient wonders of the world. It was a bronze Greek statue. It was about 108 feet tall.
Dude looks like he's wearing. There it is right there. He's wearing a diaper.
It's holding a torch. This statue is dedicated to the Greek god Helios, the god of the sun, the god of the light. In fact, many Luciferians refer to the devil as the great light. And this painting of Satan summoning his legions looks awfully similar to the face of the Statue of Liberty. I mean, take a look. Looks pretty similar to me.
I'm in.
Since I have made that video, I have found a lot of detailed information about the Statue of Liberty possibly being an idol to the accuser.
Therapy really...
Because I'm not watching those stinking ad. Yeah, I'm in too. I mean, has the chain on the foot, the light bearer, looks like a dude, looks exactly like a sculpture of Lucifer that's historically documented. Yeah, it looks like a dude. It's a dude. And so there's that. And speaking of, pedophile alert, bring this guy out. You're in trouble. He gets to host the rest of the segment. Washington Post cartoonist Darrin Bell arrested for child pornography. Of course, it's Washington Post. Darrin Bell, a Pulitzer Prize-winning cartoonist whose work appears in the Washington Post and other newspapers across the U.S., has been arrested for possessing child pornography, according to law enforcement in California. Sergeant Amar Gandhi of the Sacramento County Sheriff's Department, Sacramento again too, just like the Franklin scandal, said the investigation began after someone uploaded 18 files containing child sexual abuse material on an online service. Further investigation reveals a total of 134 videos containing child porn. A search warrant was executed at Bell's home on Wednesday after it was determined that he owned and controlled an account. Sergeant Gandhi said Bell was taken into custody and booked into Sacramento County Jail for child porn. Gandhi, like CSAM, I mean, just call it child porn, right? I don't know. Am I wrong? Gandhi said this for the first case in Sacramento County involving possession of AI-generated child pornography. Oh, okay. The law making this a criminal offense took effect January 1st. Damn. Oh, this is interesting. Bell, who is 49, is being held on $1 million bail and is scheduled to appear in court Friday. Bell is best known for comic strip Ken Dorville and Rudy Park, both of which have appeared in the Washington Post and other newspapers across the U.S. Both comics still appear in the newspaper's website and were updated as recently as Thursday morning. Doubling down, Wappo. Have to call him Wap pervert, I don't know. In 2023, Bell also published graphic memoir called The Talk. Oh, is this that guy? Which reflects on the impact of racism, including police brutality against people of color. The Guardian newspaper described it as one of the best graphic novels of the... Oh, wow, he's that guy. In 2019, Bell became the first African-American journalist to win a Pulitzer Prize for editorial cartooning. The committee praised Bell for taking on issues affecting disenfranchised communities and calling out lies, hypocrisy, and fraud in the political turmoil surrounding the Trump administration. I want readers to take away what needs to be more respectful of human dignity, Bell told ABC News after getting the award. That's the common thread I try to weave through every cartoon I draw. And the ones you don't see. Whether it's about police brutality or immigrants being separated from their children, or whether it's about Donald Trump or fucking kids, it's a big moment of validation. Fuck that guy. Ugh. And You know, those of you saying like, oh, you know, well, like, you only talk about the left pedophiles, and hey, get behind me, Chris, and get out of here. And no, I actually wrote comic books. Most of the Franklin scandal, though, they were all Republicans at the Grove. In fact, still to this day, they don't really like Democrats. There's a couple Democrats, but it's mostly a GOP, old boy, rhino, neoconservative, satanic, globalist ordeal. But, you know, in the past, that was, 20, 30 years ago. Nowadays, it's the left. And from top to bottom, Antifa people are always getting busted for child porn. I mean, all the time. Just look up Antifa child pornography, Antifa child exploitation, Antifa grooming of minors, Antifa, versus look for it on the right wing in the past 10 years. It's way more difficult. I mean, there's exceptions to every rule. Every group has a bad seed, but it's the left these days. I didn't tell you to start. In other news, I can't believe you're asking such a question. Pam Bondi and Adam Schiff have a shock clash. This is from Forbes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Why is the volume so low?
Ms. Bondi.
Thank you, Mr.
Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Bondi, as you know, the Supreme Court in Trump versus United States held the president has absolute immunity to commit crimes in certain core areas of the president's responsibility. One of those core areas is the Justice Department. So in a breathtakingly dangerous and irresponsible decision, Justice Roberts and the majority held the president can commit crimes using the Department of Justice and be immune from prosecution. Justice Sotomayor correctly said this new immunity lies about like a loaded weapon. So the fear and the concern we have is that the incoming president will use that loaded weapon, that immunity, to commit crimes through the Department of Justice. And for that reason, it is all the more important that we have an attorney general who has the independence, the strength, the intestinal fortitude to say no to the president when it is necessary. So my first set of questions has to do whether you have the independence to say no when you must say no. And you can say this is hypothetical, but it is not hypothetical. So let me start with one very specific non-hypothetical. The president has said Jack Smith should go to jail. Will you investigate Jack Smith?
Senator, I haven't seen the file. I haven't seen the investigation. I haven't looked at anything. It would be irresponsible of me to make a commitment regarding anything without, you're a long practicing attorney, without looking at a file.
So you would need a factual predicate to open an investigation of Jack Smith, is that right?
Not a summary by you sitting here. Yes, sir.
And not a summary by the president either, right?
Absolutely.
So a summary by the president or his desire to investigate Jack Smith would not be enough for you to open an investigation of Jack Smith, is that right?
I will look at the facts and evidence in any case. And sitting here today,
Senator,
72% of Americans have lost faith in the Department of Justice.
Sitting here today, are you aware of any factual predicate to investigate Jack Smith?
Rude.
Sitting here today, yes or no?
Senator, I will look at the facts and the circumstances.
You can't answer that question.
Brought to me.
You're not a part of the department yet. There's no worry about divulging
I'm sitting
law
here as a
enforcement
nominee.
sensitive information. So just tell us, are you aware of a factual predicate to investigate Jack Smith? Yes or no?
Senator, what I'm hearing on the news is
Are you aware of
horrible. Do I know if he committed a crime? I have not looked
You seem reluctant to answer a simple question. Let me ask you a different simple question. The president also wants to jail Liz Cheney. Sitting here today, are you aware of any factual basis to investigate Liz Cheney? Yes or no?
Senator, that's a hypothetical, and I'm not going to answer that question.
No, it's not hypothetical. I'm asking you, sitting here today, whether you are aware of a factual predicate to investigate Liz Cheney.
Senator, no one
Based
has
on what
asked
you
me
know.
to investigate Liz Cheney. That is a
The president
hypothetical.
has called for it publicly. You are aware of that, aren't you?
No one has asked me to investigate.
But the president
Liz.
has
We're
called-
also
the
worried about
president-
Liz Cheney,
the
Senator.
president has
You know what
called
we
for
should
this-
be worried about?
Ms. Bondi,
The
please
crime rate
answer
in
my
California
questions.
right now
You
is
are
through
aware,
the roof.
Ms. Bondi,
Your
my-
robberies
Ms.
are
Bondi,
87%
my
higher
question-
than the national
my question
average.
is this.
That's what I
My
want to
question
be
is
focused
this.
on, Senator.
Do you have the
if I'm
power to
confirmed
say
as
no to the
Attorney
president?
General.
And what you're suggesting today by your non-answer is you don't have the independence to say no to the president. So let me ask you a different question. It also requires you, if you're going to be a good attorney general, to be able to tell hard truths to the president. So my questions now are, can you tell hard truths to the president? So let me start with an easy truth that you could speak to the president. Can you tell us, can you tell him that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election? Can you say that? Do you have the independence to say that? Do you have the gravitas, the stature, the intestinal fortitude to say, Donald Trump, you lost the 2020 election? Can you tell us that here today?
Senator, what I can tell you is I will never play politics. You're trying to engage me in a gotcha. I
No,
won't
I'm just
do it.
asking you a simple
I
question.
won't play
If you can
politics
speak truth
with any
to
ongoing
power. So let me ask you
investigation,
another.
like you did
let me-
leaking your
let me ask
colleague
you-
Devon Nunes's memo.
If you can't answer the question, let me ask you a different, what should be a simple truth, not a hard one. Was there massive fraud affecting the result of the 2020 election? Yes or no?
Senator, I'm glad you asked that question. If you'll let me answer what I saw in Pennsylvania.
No, I asked a simple question about massive fraud.
I can only tell you what I saw in
No,
Pennsylvania.
I know you want to answer a different question, but my question is, can you tell us whether there was massive fraud affecting the results of the 2020 election? Yes or no? Was there
I
or
can
was there
tell
not?
you what I saw when I went
That's
as an
not my,
advocate
that's
to
not
the
my
campaign.
question. So you can't answer that question. You can't speak that even easy truth to us, let alone to the president.
can't even get a word
So
in
let me
edgewise
ask you
with this
a
guy.
different question. It will also be important that you give good advice to the president. Are you prepared to advise the president not to pardon people who beat police officers?
No one beat police
Senator,
officers.
as I said, the pardons are at the direction of the president. We will look and we will advise. I will look at every case on a case.
so you're
let me
looking-
finish on a case-by-case
Okay,
basis.
no cops
and
died
I
at
abhor violence
January
to
6th.
police officers.
Follow up with that. So will it be your advice to the president, Mr. President? I know you said you want to issue hundreds of pardons on day one. Will it be your advice to the president? No, Mr. President, I need to go over them on a case-by-case basis. Do not issue blanket pardons. Will that be your advice to the president?
Senator, I have not looked at any of those files. If confirmed, I will look at the files
And
for
will
the
you be able to
pardons, as well
will
as
you
the
be able to
ongoing
review
investigation.
hundreds of cases on day one?
I will look at every file I am
Of
asked
course you
to
won't.
look
So
at.
will you advise the
Hey,
president?
can I
will
answer
you-
the question?
Well, my question.
I would have plenty
Seriously.
of staff. You said, of course you want.
You'll be able to review
Listen, I'm
hundreds
not
of
going to
cases on the first day?
mislead this body nor you.
All right, let me ask another question. You don't want to answer that. Let me ask
You were
another question.
censured by
It will
Congress,
also-
Senator, for
it will
comments just
also-
like this that
it
are
will
so reckless.
It will also be important for you to be able to preserve the records, the evidence of the department. Are you ready to commit that none of the evidence in the January 6th investigation will be destroyed under your watch?
Senator, I will follow the law. I will consult with ethical officials in the
Do you
department.
see any ethical basis to destroy evidence in the January 6th investigation? Then why can't you answer the question? Why can't you say, I commit to this committee, we will never destroy the evidence in the January 6th investigation? Why can't you give this committee and the American people that assurance?
Are you frightened because evidence was destroyed against President Trump that was false? Is that why you're
Why do
frightened
you
now?
have
I can't
difficulty?
believe this is even.
Why do you have difficulty answering that question?
I can't believe
Why
you're
do you have
asking such a
difficulty?
question.
Why do you have difficulty promising to preserve evidence at the Department of Justice? Why is that a difficult question?
I will follow the law.
Man, he's infuriating.
It shouldn't be a.
I don't know much about her, honestly, but I like her style. Pam Bondi, age. I heard she's like in her 60s and 59. Well done. Good genes. But yeah, she seems sharp, and she's not gonna take crap from the little shitty, shifty Schiff. Fuck that guy. We're gonna have Civil War conditions, and everyone's gonna have to have. Fuck that guy. Trump's attorney general nominated quizzed on her loyalty to him. I don't know. I think we've seen enough of that. There's a whole bunch. Links are in the description. Moving on to international news. How Netanyahu misread his relationship with Trump. This is from The Atlantic. The ceasefire in Gaza reflects another triumph for Donald Trump and shows Benjamin Netanyahu who's boss. This is a kind of hot take. Subscribe. I can't listen to it. I have to subscribe. That's okay. Let us now praise Donald Trump. It's hard for me not to choke on that phrase, but it was his bluster, his demand that Hamas release its remaining hostages before his inauguration, or else all hell will break out, that effectively ushered in a ceasefire, the beginning of the end of the Gaza war. And just like that, the guy's not even in office, and he's doing, I'm on the upper third too. Yeah. Got too many toys here. I didn't even know I was on screen. Jeesh. Although honestly requires crediting Trump, his success was not the product of magical powers or an indictment of Biden administration diplomacy. Trump's splenetic threats, injected urgency into floundering talk. This guy talks flowery. And by allowing his envoy, Stephen Witkoff, to cooperate with the Biden administration, the incoming president left Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu with an acute sense of isolation. So, yeah, things are looking pretty good on that front. Even I hear people on the left happy about this. So, I mean, this is the Atlantic. We've come a long way. Allow ads. Oh my God, I hate all of you. Oh, really? Well, I guess I'm not going to read Reuters. You can go fuck yourself. Any site that pulls that shit, no. It's not going to happen. Why can't I click X on this? I'm clicking X. That's annoying. It's unbanned that video. Right.
For just a few more days.
But I already did these.
You notice that there are literally...
Globalist pedophile networks are collapsing down from the highest levels. You don't get into those positions unless you rape children. Deep state coup plotter caught in 2021 in sting operation before James O'Keefe uncover report, plus Pulitzer Prize winning anti-Trump cartoonist arrested for... Yeah, so is this the whole show? I don't need the whole show. Let's see if I can just jump to... Yeah, I want to show that clip from O'Keefe. It might be towards the end. Yeah. Because the audio was messed up on X on this one, so I want to get this in the can before it's not there anymore.
In Hollywood movies, is the hospital really secretly run by a Satan cult or psychotics or mad scientists? Well, where do you think that comes from? What do you think the idea is for that? Hyper-fast. Black magic.
Sorry.
This is the old...
Here we go.
The full video, it's up on X and on Infowars.com, right on the front page. So It's disgusting. It makes your stomach turn. I know mine does. But I say Trump is 56.
There's a lot of people that believe this is like a different.
It doesn't have the whole damn
21.
thing. Okay, I gotta find that.
And he's there briefing them what's in these snuff films.
All right.
If you don't intellectually,
sorry, guys. And I'm back.
While other networks.
This is the whole damn show. No, I don't need all this. Maybe it's in here. I don't know. I'm gonna skip.
And then
this
you go out.
I'm gonna save this for the end. I'm gonna put this over here. Get my upper third. And let's jump to something else. These are from the DarkDox Network. Fogvid 19, like the fog that was coming up. We covered this on a couple shows already. Biowarfare worldwide, fog test results are in, toxic AF. Does this correlate to the new pandemic virus HMPV? Let's find out. It's 15 minutes. I'll only play some of this.
All right, guys, I told you I'd come back at you when I found some proof, when I found some good stuff, maybe somebody that tested the fog, and we got it. Did this video about a week ago for all of you that experienced that odd fog that everyone was saying wasn't normal. And lots of you put in the comments that you were getting sick. Well, maybe it was you, maybe it was somebody that you knew. But if you experienced urinary tract infections, bloodstream infections, pneumonia, ocular infections, respiratory tract infections, meningitis, wound infections, and osteomyelitis, you're going to want to see what I dug up. And along with that, some of you saw this.
What's happening here? Am I oblivious to this, or is this normal?
Ironic, Florida air quality alert in effect through tonight. Residents advised to take precautions. That's what they issued to the area due to the air quality index. 2.1 times the size. When people are saying something ain't right, something ain't right. And even more videos coming out on this stuff turning into some weird stuff. Watch.
Particles are still there between the water. And when you rub it, you can see. Look, it's just this.
Something is not right about that. Crystals showing up on people's walkways.
And I picked it up, and they're not heavy, they're very light.
All kinds of reports of mysterious hair growing out of nowhere, all right after the fog. And with everyone getting sick after this mysterious fog, is it ironic that the HMPV cases seem to be showing up everywhere, not just China?
It started with these videos, not from the COVID-19 pandemic, but from the recent outbreak of HMPV cases in China.
Like I said, just ironic that people were saying this right after the fog.
In the last 4 days, I am pretty sure that I have seen every child in the Tampa, St. Petersburg area. Every kid either has the flu or RSV. Like, everybody has the crud right now. It's wild.
And like I said, finally getting some evidence of people testing this stuff. Important, crazy information that affects you coming right up. My name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. If you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most of all, news and awareness, stuff that you want to know about, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. All right, guys, thanks for starting this off with a like. It helps it reach more folks instead of just getting buried.
We got the farewell speech. Yep. I don't know why I had that twice. Let's see what we got here. Daily Mail. BlackRock billionaire Larry Fink issues dire warning about the future of LA after fires. Of course, BlackRock is purchasing up land all over the world and flipping it into stuff that you have to rent. You will own nothing. You'll eat the bugs. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has warned it could take 10 years to rebuild Los Angeles following the devastating wildfires. The deadly blazes have already claimed the lives of at least 24 people. I'm sure it's much higher than that. And has been estimated to cause upwards of $40 billion in damage. I don't mean to laugh, it's just ridiculous. LA's ritzy Pacific Palisades neighborhood is all but destroyed, while the neighboring coastal community of Malibu was badly hit by the blazes. Altadena, which sits northeast of downtown LA, was also devastated. This is going to be the bigger issues we're going to have to be tackling over the next 4 years, Fink told CNBC. When you have whole neighborhoods destroyed and you have infrastructure in schools and supermarkets destroyed, this is not a 1 year fix. This is going to be 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 years of fixing. More than 12,000 structures have been burned by the fires, several of which are still raging. Fink added that the government will need to get involved with homeowners insurance as consumers reckon with the devastation. Homeowners insurance is becoming a larger and larger component of home ownership, he said. His company handles $11.6 trillion on behalf of retail and institutional clients, and oversaw $700 billion of insurance companies' cash as the end of their third quarter. Jesus Christ. That's just wild. Yeah, let's take a look at this timeline of deadly California wildfires. Go first, man.
So this is an entire entirely. This whole street gone.
Yeah, I mean, it's just devastating. And it's all due to mismanagement. It's by design, and, you know, my estimation based on everything I've been looking at. And let's see if I can get this video for you guys, because... Wait. Yeah. Is this the follow-up one? Yeah, I'm going to play some of that. Okay.
Make sure the people that are next to by your side are unbreakable. So what we do now is we recruit people in the culture here and in the government, where I think that you have a license. And thank you for.
And
okay, I confirm.
1930s Trump is going to.
It's also mRNA is. And I think you've been to, he was given for 3.
Taxpayer,
sir. I saved it for the end of the show. Yeah, this is it. All right, cool.
It takes fuzz because the deep state wants us off air, and that's the cost of victory.
We'll edit this.
Of reaching over 100 million people a day now and just devastating the globalists. You are the reason that's happening. Thank you. Plus, these are products you want. TheAlexJonesStore.com, TheAlexJonesStore.com, TheAlexJonesStore.com. Be sure to become a VIP member if you're going to buy anything, because you get $40 a month to spend in the store. It's $30 a month to be a member. And if you're going to buy anything, you make money that way. And then you get special deals, special sales, special offers only for you. And the free truck giveaways. Just that second sweepstakes just ended. And by the laws of sweepstakes, you got to wait a month for mail.
Hillary Clinton. You work for the State Department. You talk about hunting spies. What if my undercover person was a Russian spy?
Go away, you liar. You're a known fraudster. You have a poor reputation. No one believes you. Go away.
What
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so this is the former FBI special agent. Is that right?
You're an asshole. You're an asshole. Go away. Go away.
There's no reason to get upset, sir.
Yeah, there is a reason. Go away. Leave me alone. Bothering people in public.
No, I'm reporting on what you're saying. Because there's a First Amendment in this country, and I recognize you government people don't like...
Behind the First Amendment to get away with your freaking fraud and pranks.
Well, that fraud is a very serious accusation. That's a form of psychological projection. There you have the government official, quite angry. Jamie, you work in national security.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm embedded in the Pentagon. I work in the Joint Staff, which is the top military command.
You're a FBI agent, right? Special agent with the FBI? Former special agent with the FBI?
What is this?
And you're currently working as an advisor to the Joint Chiefs of Staff at the Pentagon?
What is it?
What this is
Leave me alone. What is this?
I'm a journalist, and we're doing a story on people within the administrative state, people that work for the executive branch agencies.
You have no permission to use this.
Actually, we do. It's called the First Amendment.
No. I'm not allowing you.
We have a right to record on these streets.
I'm not interested in talking to you.
Well, I'm interested. You've already talking to us. You've already spoken to us quite a bit. Now, do you think it's ethical as a advisor to the Pentagon officials, do you think it's ethical for you to be doing all this political stuff, fundraising?
Please leave me alone.
I'm a taxpayer, sir. I have a right to know about what you guys do. And
oh my God, I'm not fundraising for anybody.
So the phone call with the retired generals will probably be about raising money.
What's the name of the organization that you work with the retired generals?
I'm not fundraising for anyone.
You said that you guys would have fundraised. What were you going to do with the money that you guys get?
To hire staff.
Then why did you say that you are working with retired generals?
What are you talking about?
I'm quoting you.
You're not quoting me.
I'm in conversation with a couple of retired generals to try to explore what we can do.
I have you on videotape.
What videotape?
You're not a spy? You're not trying to, like, collect information from me?
I wish I was. That'd be cool.
A secret recording featuring you talking about working with retired generals. Why would you lie to me?
I'm not lying to you, and I'm not...
Do you lie every day at work?
No, I'm not lying.
Okay.
You don't have permission to use this information. I'm not lying. I'm not raising...
What are you going to do, raid me?
What?
Raid me?
Leave me alone, please.
I will leave you alone, but I want you to answer our questions. I want you to answer these questions. Do you think it's ethical? Do you think it's ethical? Hi. How you doing?
Amazing.
Sir, do you think it's ethical for you to be doing this political stuff while a senior advisor within the Pentagon?
I just want to know why you hired a woman to take me out on a date to basically accost me and trick me into these lies that you're asking me about.
Are you a 4-star?
4-star? No, I'm not a 4-star.
Oh, you're not?
No. Is that what you do? You like to stage and like run all these pranks on people?
We like to get information for the public's right to know.
Yeah, I haven't done anything wrong, and what you're asking me, I haven't done.
The alleged comments by Mannia do not reflect the positions of the chairman or the joint staff. Well, that's what you said. I'm quoting you. I'm quoting you.
Leave me alone.
In the meeting. We're about to leave you alone in the meeting. But is there anything else you'd like to tell the American people?
What's your name?
My name is James O'Keefe.
James O'Keefe. You're no...
And for those of you that are listening to this and not watching it, because we're going to start syndicating these as a audio podcast. This is Jamie Mannia, Senior Advisor, Joint Staff, Department of Defense, former Special Agent of the FBI, former Special Assistant to Hillary Clinton.
Known liar? You're a known fraud?
What have I lied about?
You're a known liar, you're a known fraudster.
Well, you just lied to me. You just lied to me saying that you didn't say something that you're on tape saying. And the people are upset in this country about people within the government
who don't have their best interests at heart, people within the administrative agencies who are acting political. The FBI, some people say it needs to be reformed. You were a special agent with the FBI. You worked for Hillary Clinton. You worked for the State Department. You talk about hunting spies. What if my undercover person was a Russian spy?
I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't, you liar.
Okay, well, the people will determine whether that's the case. But
no, it sounds like you are influencing what you want people to you're cherry picking information to mislead and shape your opinion onto other people, and that's wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. Leave me alone.
I'm about to leave. What if I was a Russian spy?
Permission.
Well, I don't need
I have
permission.
rights.
I don't need permission.
I have rights.
You have rights.
Oh, you got rights. And lefts. Ups and downs and middles.
You cannot use this. You cannot. Leave me alone. Go away.
Under what law can I not?
Go away.
What if I was a Russian spy? Would you be talking to these people about what you do within the tank, within the Pentagon, talking about artificial intelligence?
We have this huge meeting with military leaders in a very secure room called the Tank.
Why are you disclosing this to total strangers, sir?
There is nothing that I said that isn't publicly available.
Very sensitive information. We're gonna have to keep it between us.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
All right.
Go away, you liar. You're a known fraudster. You have a poor reputation. No one believes you. Go away.
What have I lied about? You made a serious accusation.
You just accused me of.
What did I lie about?
Everything that you have been accusing me and asking me about.
Give me an example.
No, go away, you're a loser. Get away.
All right. Just let him be.
Get the fuck out.
Okay, so this is the former FBI special agent. Is that right?
You're an asshole. You're an asshole. Go away.
FBI special agent, Pentagon official, advisor, calling me names. Let him be. Let him be. Let him go to his car, guys.
Go away.
There's no reason to get upset, sir.
Yeah, there is a reason. Go away. Leave me alone. Bothering people in public.
No, I'm reporting on what you're saying. Because there's a First Amendment in this country, and I recognize you government people don't like.
Behind the First Amendment to get away with your freaking fraud and pranks.
Well, that fraud is a very serious accusation. That's a form of psychological projection. All right. Where is he going?
Away from you.
Okay. All right. We are in the parking garage. There you have the government official, quite angry. This was an FBI agent and Pentagon official. My name is James O'Keefe. I'm an investigative reporter.
We gave O'Keefe some shit earlier last year because he wouldn't come out and say, he was at the Bohemian Grove apparently, and said I don't see what the big fuss is about. It's not a big deal. So that's our beat, and yeah, it's a big deal, and he needs to do more research in that department. But I gotta say, judge a tree by its fruits, and he's kicking ass lately. So, keep up the good work, James, with your O'Keefe Media Group, OMG. He's throwing down, and it turns out, they busted this guy a while back, 2021, for soliciting sex from a minor, and so. Yeah, is there anything else? They never do get old. That about does it for today. So as a recap, because today is Thursday, and we are apparently Noah and the DarkDox Network doesn't even know what our schedule is. We are doing these DarkDox digests at sacredowls.com. I'm sorry, youtube.com/sacredowls, and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're also, after I'm done with these, I upload them to bitchute.com/darkdocs. Not snarkdocs. See, that won't work. You got to do it right. DarkDocs. There you go. And rumble.com/darkdocs. Yeah, so definitely check out, if you haven't already, all the ones from this past week. These were pretty awesome. Last week was our first week. we were still getting some bugs out. You could skip the first week. There's some gems in there. There's some fun stuff, but you know, we put our big boy pants on this week, and we have all sorts of fun things like Upper Thirds and Chris Hansen and intros and stuff. So, you know, it's only going to get more fun. Definitely jump into the chat, give me some ideas, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the display capture off and come back to SeaWorld, because if the weather's nice, I might go for a swim tomorrow. Definitely check out darkdox.me/shop, and hopefully I'm going to try this weekend. It's like my goal in life to get darkdox.com back up and running so we can be posting our original content. Subscribe, smash that like button, click on the notification bell, blah, 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 at youtube.com/Sacred Owls. If you like what I'm doing and you want me to keep doing it, I need food and shelter. So please go to cash.app/DarkDox and, you know, throw some money at me. It'd be nice. If you are interested in supporting Alex Jones and giving me money, then go to thealexjonesstore.com/DarkDox and sign up for the affiliate program. If you're a podcaster or you run a website and you want to have like a link or, you know, whatever, you know, it's a good way to make some passive income. Just saying, and support the Infowars. So I will leave you with that. This is Christian Coffins saying, beware, take care.
This is Jersey Joe, and you're listening to the DarkDox Digest. DQ with your host, Christian Coffins.